patreon.com/ADoseofBuckley. As humans, which I think most of the people who listen to this are, except for those who leave it on to keep their dogs company, as humans, we love validation. It's not enough to like what we like, or hate what we hate, or believe what we believe. We need other people to like, hate, and or believe those things too. This begins in, like, grade school. You want the approval of the popular kids. You want them to like your outfit. You want them to like the music you like, think you're funny or hot or whatever. Or, when they reject you, you want the approval of the outcasts, the other rebels who aren't sheep like those popular kids who dress the same and all listen to the same music, as you all dress kind of the same and listen to the same metal bands in the science hall or the same K-pop groups in the drama club after school. And we never grow out of this, which is why people get upset when their favorite celebrities don't have the same political opinions as they do. And so, a few people were a little shocked when Nicki Minaj walked out on stage at America Fest, the Turning Point USA event hosted by Erica Kirk in the wake of her husband Charlie's death back in the summer. A lot of people have been a little critical of the widow Kirk, thinking that maybe it's a little strange that a grieving mother of 2 kids is constantly walking out on stage to pro wrestling pyrotechnics in sequin pantsuits. But we all deal with our grief in our own ways. Some of us LARP as John Cena. She can't just stay in the kitchen and be a mother, even if that is what both her religion and her followers want for women. Turning Point USA's income must live on. Those $600 VIP tickets weren't going to sell themselves. So, back to Nicki. She and Erica come walking out holding hands while Super Bass plays. If I may read to you some of the Christian and conservative lyrics. He cold, he dope, he might sell coke. Don Jr.'s ears just perked up. When he makes it drip drip, kiss him on the lip lip. She's not talking about a leaky faucet, is she, Ben? He just gotta give me that look. When he give me that look, then the panties coming off. But she does say this. You know, I really got a thing for American guys. So, she's a patriot. She proudly only sucks off coke dealers if they fly the stars and bars for the good old US of A. Now, before we go any further, a lot of people get accused of turning on a celebrity when they change their politics. I'd like to remind everyone that I've been making fun of Nicki Minaj since 2010. In 2012, I named 4 of her songs as a tie for the worst song of the year. I've been mocking Nicki when she was still spouting feminist talking points and hated Trump.
Let Martha Stewart run her company the same way and be the same way. Oh, evil. But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool. Oh, Donald, we love you. Donald Trump. But when you're a girl, you have to be like everything.
So, Nicki has a sit-down chat with Erica, where she praises Donnie, calling him handsome and dashing. Weird. And said both Trump and J.D. Vance have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. Yeah, J.D. Vance, very relatable guy. Can we see him nailing the very normal, relatable task of buying donuts again?
Just everything, yeah. I mean, a lot of glazed cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense.
Nicki was then asked by Erica to read some of her funny tweets about California Governor Gavin Newsom, who, imagine this, Nicki also calls Gavin Newscum, just like the president does. What'd I say at the start? Again, it's all about validation. Nicki wants desperately to be liked by the right now, so she just copies their leader, while during the same event claims that people are no longer using their minds, and that speaking your mind with different ideas is controversial. You're not using your mind. You're using someone else's. You're just parroting a different side's rhetoric. Now, I'm not going to start calling her a faith grifter. That would be stupid of me and easily proven false. She's got tweets going back over a decade now of her saying, God is great, praise God, God bless, God is real. Retweeting a guy named It's Ken You Cunts, who credits God for her 2 platinum albums. Amen, says Nicki. No, she's not like, say, Russell Brand, an atheist who conveniently found God around the same time that he was charged with rape. He was also at AmFest to speak. But let's talk about Nicki's Christian values. She associates with not 1, not 2, but 3 sexual predators. Her own brother is serving life in prison for, as the news articles word it, repeatedly raping an 11-year-old. Oh, she doesn't have anything to do with him anymore, her defenders say. Well, her husband is a registered sex offender. In fact, a couple years ago, they moved to California and he failed to register there, so he had to spend a year under house arrest. She lives with him. And she chooses to routinely work with sex offenders, including 6ix9ine, who pled guilty to a felony count of use of a child in a sexual performance in 2015. She worked with him in 2018. She would have known. She's spent a career promoting a lifestyle of sex and drugs, of telling women to fuck dudes for their money. Oh, and she's claimed, maybe to bait people, but maybe this is real, that she's not officially an American citizen, and that in fact, she was an illegal immigrant. She apparently is still not a citizen. Once this got dug up, someone made a change.org petition to get her deported back to Trinidad, which got over 70,000 signatures. That feels a little hypocritical. Nicki Minaj joined the party that deports people they don't like. Deport Nicki because we don't like her. You know that old saying, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world slicker than the guy with a thing on his eye. Also, is that a punishment? Sending a millionaire to the Caribbean? She could buy the whole country and rename them the definitely not a Virgin Islands. But absolutely nothing about her life truly matches the values that Turning Point USA, Republicans, or Christians claim to have. So why would Turning Point USA parade her around as if to say, look everyone, it's extremely popular rapper Nicki Minaj here on our stage? Because of that validation. Because they know the celebrities they have that support their organization or the right wing in general are washed up husks like Scott Baio, Kevin Sorbo, and Rob Schneider. Rob, by the way, was also there on stage saying, unlike Oprah, I am not being paid to be here. So, Turning Point USA charged people $600 to see Rob Schneider, and he didn't even get a cut? Well, I guess those sparklers weren't cheap. Or, if the rumors were true, they blew the celeb budget on Nicki Minaj. If I'm repeating things I've said in previous videos, sorry, but also it just shows my own consistency in a world where people can't stick to their own convictions. Right-wing darling Matt Walsh said that Republicans should focus on policy over washed-up or obscure entertainers that nobody cares about, and that you undermine it if you make fun of Megan Thee Stallion and then 2 days later start fangirling over some third-rate celebrity endorsing Trump. But now they got one that's not third-rate, who isn't washed up. So, does that change things? Nicki Minaj had a song in the biggest movie of 2023, where she talked about a children's toy giving her an orgasm. And she was in the top 20 in 2024 with a song called Fuck This Club Up. What's even funnier is that Charlie Kirk once said that Nicki Minaj is not a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. And I don't think that songs that are talking about glorifying wet female genitalia are exactly... I don't know which one wrote that song. He's confusing her with Cardi B. Guess they all...
Buckley, no!
What? I didn't even say it yet. But Nicki indeed also has songs about wet female genitalia. Ben Shapiro, who also famously was upset by WAP, was at AmFest. Wonder what he thought about Nicki got that super soaker pussy Minaj being there. But more importantly, would Charlie have wanted her on that stage with his wife as an ambassador for his organization that he built from the ground up? But the Democrats do it. They had Megan Thee Stallion twerking at a rally for Kamala. Yeah, which is fucking stupid of them too. And again, proves that people haven't matured beyond adolescence. And how come she can go to the party but I can't? It's just not fair. But also, the Dems lost with that strategy, if I recall correctly, did they not? So why would you look at that and go, you know what we need? Our own rapper who talks about shooting people and being promiscuous, while teaming with another rapper who uses they-them pronouns and once held a gun to his ex-girlfriend's stomach. That song reached number 24 on Billboard, so I guess it's fine. And again, none of this offends me. I'm a nihilist, but this is partially why. How can I take a religion, any religion, seriously when they effectively have the same belief system as I do? Mine is nothing you do in life truly matters because you'll just die and there is no afterlife, but maybe be nice to people and don't break the law anyway because that'll make your life a lot more comfortable. Theirs is, there is an afterlife, but it doesn't matter what you do in life. Break all the laws and commandments you want. Sin all you want. As long as you just apologize for it in your head to a guy we think made us. But this might be the funniest part to me. A man claiming to be a reverend bragging about how, after her appearance at AmFest, Nicki Minaj's streams and sales were up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Oh wait, no, that's Cardi B again. Whoops. I can't find any legitimate sites that can source this, but Media Takeout claims that her streams had quadrupled in the days after her appearance. If that's true, that just shows how sad people are, how desperate they are to have their beliefs validated by some celebrity, any celebrity, who, again, might have been paid $1 million to be there. Highly relatable. I just imagine all these Christian conservatives going, oh, well, she praised the president, so I guess she's on our side. I suppose I should support her music. And then listening to her rap about putting her pussy on your sideburns, having sex with drug dealers with large penises, and committing adultery with her enemies' boyfriends or husbands. If only I could be there when they Google the meaning of truffle butter. They'll be saying, good Lord, when they find out that Nicki Minaj's recipe is a little different than your grandma's.